And did you know, for our listeners
Put us
that
down.
don't know, you a hooper.
Ooh.
You a hooper.
Yeah.
Female white chocolate, boy.
Right,
The
so you
female
gotta
white
tell me,
chocolate.
like, how
White
did
chocolate
you-
was the goat now.
No, not female.
Female white chocolate.
Not
damn
white chocolate.
it. White chocolate.
like,
for Air
I'm
One.
dead.
No, I know.
For
I'm
Air One.
dead.
Yes, sir, Ski. We are back for another episode of Infinite Vibes. I'm Moran, the man. I got the richest lady in Atlanta, Georgia, DJ B-Lax with me.
Hey, DJ B-Lax checking in. What's up?
You tell me, sis, it's an infinite pull-up. Well, how you feeling, sis?
I feel great. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. God is real. You know, the fourth quarter is clearly about to be massive. It's an infinite pull-up
It's an infinite pull-up.
because we had to pull up to vinyl.
ATL. Hope.
You know what I'm saying? We had to push up on somebody who was going crazy out west. I really like this young lady. Her name is literally a whole affirmation.
Yes, win.
Literally.
And it ain't what you think it is, but you gonna win.
100%.
Right.
See?
I like how different it is because
Yeah.
it's like, is that your real name?
That's my middle name.
Middle name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's
What's
cute.
your good? What's your good?
My first name is Cena.
Oh, that's
Have you
cute.
seen her?
Oh,
Like
what's your
John
Instagram?
Cena.
Oh,
Spelled differently. Spelled differently. Yeah, Cena.
Cena
Wynne.
is cute too.
Yeah, thank you.
Why you
That's hard.
choose Win over Cena?
So Wynne means like fair skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, and so I picked it as like I know what I am. I'm not trying to be anything
You
else.
owning it. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah,
I
that's
love
beautiful.
that.
That's beautiful. So, well, I always like to ask our
Own
guests this when they push up on us on a scale from 1 to 10. How is Wynn feeling?
I'm feeling like a 9 right now.
Okay.
I'm feeling like a 9.
Why a
Like,
9?
well, a 9 on the high end because I'm ready to play Atlanta. I'm super
Yes.
excited to be here. It's my first headline show in this city, and last time I was here was with Earth Gang, and the crowd was lit. So
Yeah.
I have high expectations, but I'm not a 10 because
You missing that juice that your manager
that
was
might
on?
be it. That might be it. That might be
It
it.
look like that juice you need, you know, to get you to that 10.
Facts.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm tired. This is day 8, maybe.
Of tour?
Yeah.
So,
We
like,
had-
have you had a tour date every day? Or
the first 3 days were back to back, and then we had a day off. But the day offs are just 14-hour drives, you know. And then we played Dallas and Houston back to back, and then yesterday we drove, 15, 16 hours and made it here. So every day we've been up at 8 a.m. and we've been on the road. So
That's
what's
dope.
up.
I
That's
saw that
what's
when
up.
y'all got a time. Y'all went straight to American Deli. So that's
Yes.
hard.
That's what she
literally,
said too.
we didn't even go to the hotel first. We went straight there.
So that means y'all really, I feel like, because people don't know, like, of course, for our listeners that don't know, you're from Portland.
Yes.
But it's like, people don't understand how big Atlanta culture is for the fact that y'all went straight
Facts.
to American Deli.
Well,
Like,
I have to shout out my girl Mommy because Mommy, she's one of my managers, and she's not from Atlanta. She's from Virginia, but she went to school here. So
Okay.
she holds it down for us. She lets us know where we need to go. She puts us onto the spot. So
I love that.
shout out to Mommy.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to mommy. Shout out to mommy.
Mm-hmm.
So Portland, Oregon, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the music, the only thing, if I'm speaking for myself, the only thing I've ever heard of from your city is you and Amine.
Yeah.
And outside of that, Damian Lillard and the
Yeah.
Portland Trailblazers.
That's
Yeah.
it.
there you
That's
go.
pretty much it. And the weed prices.
Yeah. Well, we got the Ducks,
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
Oregon.
and we got Nike,
That's true.
and we got Adidas.
That,
Okay.
oh, yeah,
So-
too. I didn't know that.
They be
They
off the grid then.
No, yeah. People sleep.
No,
People
the
sleep
money
on
is
Portland.
in Oregon. They sleep on it. The money is in Oregon.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm already
That's
knowing.
where it is.
I actually had the
Tracktown,
pleasure of
USA.
going to Oregon. Like,
Oh yeah.
Because I think it's next to, I want to say like Denver, all that is kind of like all kind of close by. It's like Seattle, Washington.
Seattle.
and
Yeah,
all-
it's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I was on tour before and we all kind of went in the area.
Okay,
and I
yep.
was like, yep. I
Yeah, Portland's a
understand.
good stop. People
Mhm.
sleep. People
Yeah,
sleep.
Yeah. So talk to us about, growing up in the city of Portland because,
Yeah.
we don't really know the background of the city like that.
Yeah, so I grew up in a suburb of Portland. It's called Lake Oswego, and it was cool. It's pretty it's very much like a bubble. Oregon in general is like a bubble.
Mhm.
Like it's pretty separated from. I mean, like you said, you don't know very much about Portland. Like that's kind of what the city feels like.
Mm.
So it's very much like hip hop and music was like my window outside into like the real world. Like
Oh, wow.
I learned a lot from just like listening to music and studying. And the scene in Portland's really dope. Like there's a lot of dope music coming out of Portland that people just don't know about yet. And I think those kinds of things just take time. But I got to bring a couple of the acts with me on tour. So tonight,
You already putting people on.
I
Damn
know,
it.
right?
She
That's
already
hard.
putting people on.
because it's time. Like it's Portland's time. We've got a
Yeah,
lot of dope
I love
acts.
that.
Yeah, we have a lot of dope acts tonight. We have a three-way hef just left us. He played the first 5 dates with me, and then we got Dante Thomas and Boca joining me tonight. So I'm super
Is they
excited.
ending the tour as the last acts in Portland? You got some more?
They're coming with me until Seattle, and then I'm bringing Mike Capes, who's been grinding in Portland for a long time. He's super dope. He's
I
gonna
gotta
play
dap you
Seattle
up.
and Portland.
Yeah.
See, people forget. You know what I'm saying? Where they
Gotta
come
dap you
from
up
when
too.
they coming
Gotta
up.
dap you up
Facts.
too.
Now
Now that's-
Thank
about
you, guys.
Portland though,
Yeah.
because you said it's separated. When you say that, is it
Yeah.
like when you say it's separated? Is it by class or like race? Like what are you?
Race and in class. I think in most cities you go to, like, there's definitely like a class separation. You can feel where the wealthy is, and you can feel where it is broke.
Right.
But I think in Portland specifically, and Oregon in general, it has a really intense like racial history. Like we weren't even allowing black people to buy homes in Oregon.
I
Like
heard
it was,
about that.
yeah, it
I
was,
did hear about that.
Yes, in the
Like in the 60s or 70s or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Like when they could, they still
exactly,
wanted, yeah.
exactly.
Damn.
And yeah, black people are still being pushed out of Portland. It's been a big problem. Gentrification is a huge issue in Portland. So it's because of that. Like Amine was putting up billboards in the city that's like, there are black people in Portland, because there's this whole like stereotype that there are no black people in Portland. They're there. They're just getting pushed out.
Right.
Jesus.
And this
Wow.
happening everywhere in America.
Everywhere.
Because you wouldn't believe it. Even though Atlanta is black in downtown in the city,
Oh yeah.
it's changing,
Yeah.
man.
Atlanta,
I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, Bankhead
compared to
looking
when I
like
moved out
Bookhead.
here like 11 years ago. And you've been here, born
Yeah,
and
I'm from
raised.
here, so yeah.
So-
the
Damn.
city is completely different from just 10 years ago. I'm from here, and yeah,
It's crazy how quickly that shit happens.
Mhm.
Like, fuck, man. Yeah.
So what are some things you gonna do, like coming back to Portland?
Yeah.
And you see, because I love you, because I love how you think in your consciousness.
Thank you.
That's what I want to say first. But
Yeah.
also, like, what are some changes you want to make when you come back and have the position to do it?
Yeah.
To like unify it, because you can't
That-
change the whole world.
No
of course.
facts.
Right.
That, and that's a big part of it. I could go on and on about it, and there are more people who could go more on and on about it than me, because I came into the Portland scene in like 2016, but there have been people doing it there for a long time, you know, back into the 90s who would speak highly of it. But hip hop's always had a really contentious relationship within the city because it's so white.
Why?
That, like, hip hop shows were getting shut down by police that were just like, you know, 20, 30 people at the show, like just because it's black artists performing. So there's always been a contentious relationship, and the city's done a lot to like remedy that. Like,
Right.
shout out to OG1, Star Child, rest in peace, DJ Cliff. They met with the city, with the mayor, and like
That's what's
created a
up.
Portland hip hop week and just made it a little bit more welcoming. But still, like, I do think there is a little bit of that disconnect between the fans and the artists in the city.
Right.
But I think a big part of it too is like people need to stay and support the scene, because there's a lot of talent there. Outside of even just like rappers and musicians, singers, there's like very talented graphic artists and fashion designers, because we
Right.
have Nike there, like because we have Adidas. There's a lot of budding talent, a lot of creative agencies, White and Kennedy's out there. So I think people just need to inject things into the local community, because so much of the really talented creative work ends up being national, that it's not always accessible to the local artists.
Right.
And so that's a big thing that me and Ty, who's my business partner, manager, engineer, everything, he's over there,
Wow.
Okay,
that we
shout out
want to do
Ty.
for the
Shout out
city
to
is
Ty.
like is
Yeah.
make our resources available to the other local artists in the scene, because that shit is hard to get. Like, being in the industry is all about relationships.
Facts.
And if you don't, like, I had the privilege of going viral, so it was way easier for me to get those connections. But that's a privilege. Like, I'm clickbait. You look
Yeah.
at me and you hear that I'm rapping and you want to click so you can roast it, and then it ends up being dope and it goes viral. But it's
What was
not
the
it's
viral
not that
moment,
easy.
though, when they thought they was gonna shit on you. But
Yes,
what was that
exactly. Well, it's just freestyles. I'll post, like, I dropped a Bank Account 21 Savage remix in 2017. I dropped a
remember that
Sogan remix in 2016. That one went up. Then I went viral as being like Eminem's daughter. That was like, it was a cypher I did. It was
Yeah.
actually in Portland. Dante was on that cypher. He's running last night.
Okay.
But that blew up, and it just kind of happens,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those type of things where it's like just, you know, listening to you talk and meeting you in person. You know, of course, we've seen the Sway in the Morning freestyles. Of course,
Yeah.
we've seen the records, the features and stuff. But you're very aware of,
Thank
like,
you.
you know, what you got going on.
Thank you.
So, you know, we can address the obvious elephant in the room. You know, you are a white girl that raps.
Yeah.
Oh my God. we
This
can,
has
you know,
never been done before.
Never. It's never been done before. We've never seen this. So, I mean, you know, we see how you know, certain other people who aren't black, you know,
Yeah.
like Mac Miller and Eminem, how they came in the game and they made a point to put other people on. Like,
exactly.
R.I.P. Mac Miller is like, he took the internet on tour.
Facts.
He did so many things
Facts.
to just let y'all know, like, hey, I get it. I ain't black. So
Facts.
where does that go ahead.
Yeah, no, but that's a big part of it. Is like when I was growing up, I had what I'm trying to do is different because I'm a woman, but and there hasn't been like the white woman rapper who's like
lyrical.
Yeah. And
we're highly respected. Cause I get you on that.
So it was like for me, I had my examples of white rappers and I had my examples of female rappers, and I could take notes from kind of each book. But at the end of the day, I have to come up with my own blueprint.
Right.
But it was watching Mac, it was watching M, it was watching like the way they carried themselves and the way they handled things, and you know, just plenty of artists watching like, okay, what are people doing that I think is dope, and what are people doing that I think is whack, and just like making adjustments and making notes. And it's just listening and studying. Like I said, like growing up listening to hip hop, like I had a lot of like T.I. was a big influence for me, Jeezy was a big influence for me, Jay, Kanye, like Lupe. So I was listening, Lupe, Nas, people who are very like conscious in their lyrics and talking about the world, like that just allowed me to feel the bigger picture of being in Oregon, you know. So
yeah,
I think it was just studying, it was listening. It's listening at the end of the day.
And it's funny that you said it, because you as a woman, you are a big advocate. Like, you are very aware that women have to work 10 times harder. Because I did my research on you. You spoken on that, how women have to work super hard to just even be good. Not even great, but just to be good.
Just
but
to get the same recognition as our male
men can come on the
peers.
stage and walk back and forth and rap, and it's like, oh my God! Like, I swear, I don't understand it.
The girls, the rap girls are out here with full choreography, full outfits, makeup, hair every night, back-to-back shows. They're doing that shit. And the men pull up on stage and they're drunk. They don't have choreo. They didn't have to get ready for their show.
Right.
They're wearing their sweats. And we're comparing them like, and then we're shitting on the girls. It's like, what are we doing?
Right.
Like, these women they're outworking. They're doper. Like, women are crushing it right now. Like, seriously.
I agree with you, because we saw Birthday Bash, and we saw Glorilla with a whole choreography set, everything. Like,
yes.
And it's just like, she had the best set. Didn't we say she had the best set?
That set was crazy.
And then you have to be really nice and really kind, or you're a bitch. But you have to also be like a boss, because you have to be demanding, but you have to be like, it's like that video of Nicki Minaj with the pickle juice. Have you guys seen that video? It's that.
She's
always
like,
a meme. She's like, if I wanted pickle juice, I would have asked for pickle juice. You're like, why? Whoever gets to walk in here and ask for, I want this. She's like, if I do that, I'm a bitch. Like, it's real shit. The women are holding it down.
I mean, it's unfortunate, because I mean, like me, you know, and my peers can vouch. Like, I'm just real big on just showing love to the people that are really doing the work, and really just, you know, I don't care about all that. If you're a female, you a male. Are you talented? Are you dope?
Right.
Are you doing the right thing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say about you, you know, despite the obvious, despite the fact that clearly people find you attractive, you are talented.
Thank you.
You know, you are talented.
Thank
you. What is it like for you when you are in these situations? Because I'm pretty sure you've probably gotten a DM or two from a rapper that's not trying to work. They trying to, you know, but hey, take me serious as an artist. Like, how?
And it's probably somebody we know.
I'm sure it's happened. Like, I know it's happened.
Yeah. It's an uncomfortable situation every time, especially because it's people who like I really look up to and like listen to in the like daily, you know.
For real.
So then it becomes uncomfortable because there's a power dynamic there that I'm not trying to play into. So often I just feel uncomfortable. I'll just leave them on red.
You're not trying to fuck to get to the top. Let's just be clear.
No.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of men in power, like you said, they got the status.
Facts.
They see you doing your thing. They're like, oh,
And
she gotta do is just fuck me and I put her.
Yeah, and they know who's coming up.
Oh, they know.
So they try to
watching
get in
you.
early. Yeah. And it's weird.
That's just like predatory. To me, I just feel like it's predatory. In a
It
sense.
is.
But even though you're of age, it's just like.
I don't even think that.
on.
I don't know how many of them think about it that deep. I think they're just like, oh, she's attractive. I would fuck. And like that's it for them.
It.
But to me, it's like, no, this is my job. I need to build a relationship with you. Like you're caring about my music means something to me. You paying attention to me like means something to me for my career. I'm thinking about this from a business standpoint. It's not as simple as like, oh, he's cute, we should fuck. Like, no.
Right.
There's a job I'm doing. We're peers. So
wow.
Business. Keep it business, fellas.
That mindset, like
I could say so much, but I just won't.
No, this is a comfortable space. Trust me. Like we be talking about these. What we're talking about, me and my bro, we talk about this all the time because me as a woman, I face the same issues.
Yeah.
Being in the music industry, I'm not ugly, so it's like I'm always dealing with somebody saying, "Oh, you cute. Can we on some business? Like we talking business. What are you talking about?"
Because it doesn't affect them. You know, like they can say whatever they want because it doesn't affect them. It affects us.
Right.
We have to think about it. We have to think about it.
That's some real shit. And did you know, for our listeners
Put us
that
down.
don't know, you a hooper.
Ooh,
You a hooper.
Yeah.
Female white chocolate, boy.
Right,
The
so you
female
gotta
white
tell me,
chocolate.
like, how
White
did
chocolate
you-
was the goat now.
No, not female.
Female white chocolate.
Not
damn
white chocolate.
it. White
I'm
chocolate.
like,
For Air
I'm
One.
dead.
No, I know.
For
I'm
Air One.
dead.
That funny.
was a
You
deep
so you
cut.
trying to compare her?
Yeah, I mean, if you can.
What position
Yo.
was it? Like, I gotta know. Like, what you play?
I played a little bit of everything. I was all over the board. I was mostly like a 3 or 4, and then I would play point guard once I got a little bit older, and I was doing like city league and shit because I was the only one girl on the city league team who like played basketball.
Okay.
Wow.
But yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
how do you use that, like the knowledge you gained from playing hoops,
Ooh.
to how you navigate your whole industry? Because
That's a fun question.
that's a life lesson.
Here's
right
what it is. Teamwork. It's teamwork. Like when you're playing basketball, you're thinking about every single player on the court. You're thinking about movement. Everybody's playing their role. People aren't crossing over. The post player is not, being the point guard. So it's like thinking about how does each team member, how are they contributing to what's happening on the court? How are they contributing to what's happening in the industry, in the game? And being able to designate, pass the ball off when you need to pass the ball off. We had this, my dad used to coach my team when I was little, and he would do this thing that was like, somebody had a good pass, and it was like 3 claps for Libby. We'd do 3 claps. We just started doing that on tour because Jordan would do something, and we'd be like, 3 claps for Jordan. Yeah, so things like that. But it's teamwork for sure. That's what I learned from basketball.
I was
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what'd you
Yeah.
play?
point guard.
That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I would say for myself too, it's definitely like the teamwork and the determination.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
Persistence. Because you've got 40 games a year, 30 games a year, so you lose a game, you got to get right back the next time and keep playing. It's like football, you play like 11 games. So, but
Yeah. Nah, you saying something. What is like one of your overall goals that you want to accomplish in this? Like, what is something that's like big?
I have a lot.
Ooh, big
I'm
top three.
I'm
Top three.
Top 3. Well, my number 1 is like I would really like to be one of the top artists in my class, but overall just look back on like for my lyricism and for my pen, because I think one of my biggest assets is I'm a really good writer, and I hope that that's something that doesn't get overshadowed or overlooked like in my career because I'm a woman,
Right.
something that I already feel like gets overlooked. So I would say my biggest thing is I want people to like respect me as a lyricist.
Right.
I would say that a big goal of mine is to be able to like spread the opportunities and like develop, something in Portland where it's like we're constantly giving back to the city.
Beautiful.
Like
you
constantly.
can host your own festival one day.
And I would
can see that
love
for you.
to. Like, I would love to. We want to do classes. We want to do all kinds of shit. So I'm excited for kind of what the future holds for things that we can do within the city itself. And I would say on top of that, I want to just continue to have fun with my friends. Like, I really got to bring my best friends on the road with me, like my friends from college. So I'm having a great
That's
time.
a blessing.
It's yo,
Man.
Going on tour and having the right people around you is so
yo, it is.
Don't
Yeah.
take that for granted. Like, that's for real.
I would
That's for
not be
real.
able to do what I'm doing without this team that I have on tour with me. Like, they're the best people and they're so dope. And like, they're my real life friends. So that's a really special thing that I don't know how many artists like really get to experience, but
Not that many.
it's super special. So yeah, none of us take it for granted. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like it's important not just to have yes men around you, but just to have a support. Because there's days where you're like, I don't feel like doing it.
And
They're like,
we're
"Nah, let's
and
go."
people talk about it, like, if somebody's having a bad day, they come to the group and they're like, yo, like, I'm irritable today, or like, yo, like, I'm having a bad day today. Like, it's an open like community of people. Like, we can talk about that shit, so nobody's ever snapping at anybody. Everybody's
Right.
patient, no one's complaining. Like,
Yeah,
we're all just
respect
happy
each
to be
other.
here. Yep.
That's
I love
beautiful.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it all because I mean, just it's really dope to be able to see artists like you in person because humbly speaking, we sincerely believe you're about to be one of the ones.
Yep.
Like,
Thank you so
you
much.
is like you're
Thank
talented. You have the look, you have the skill, and I don't know. It's very rare when you meet an artist that thinks like you. Like you,
Thank
it's
you.
like you're already at the goal, but you just working towards it.
No, for
Thank
real.
you.
Like mentally,
Thank
you're
you,
already
guys.
there.
Thank you.
You know.
I've been there since I was 9. That's what it is. Like my brain has not changed. I'm just like, I'm gonna get there.
You've always been that person.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing, like I was telling bro, like it's one thing to have privilege. Like, of course, we know, like tapping into a market where it's like a white market is totally different.
Totally.
Tapping into just a black market or a
Yep.
Latino market. So when you're tapped in already into that market, that is considered privilege.
Yep.
But you got the fucking talent.
Thank
like
you.
you
Yeah.
hard.
Thank you.
And I want you
You
to know,
undeniable.
like you know yourself, so
Thank
you
you.
understand that. Like, don't let
Yeah.
nobody tell you different. Like, because people are gonna do that, and they already have. But it's just
Yeah.
like, just stay focused on the mission. You good?
Absolutely.
Like
Thank
we
you.
we support you.
Thank you. for real.
100%. And when you headline at Coachella one day,
Hey.
when you headline at Roll It Loud or
Hey.
what's the Jay-Z festival?
Made in
Made in
America.
America.
Made in America,
Yeah,
yeah.
when you headline all that, we be like, hey man, she
Yeah.
did that
Yeah,
shit. She did that
We
Can't
shit.
had a lot
wait.
of good people come through here, so we know that you're gonna be great.
Absolutely,
Oh, hell
like-
We always
yeah,
have
man.
good
Thank
people.
you guys.
That's what we do. We bridge. Like our thing is emerging, like the independent and the mainstream, because it all
Dope.
connects with each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dope. That's a dope market.
Now we have a great track record too. So
Hey.
you know,
Hey.
now you added
I
on
have
to
one
that.
last question.
Go ahead, sis. Yeah, we
Yeah.
here.
Who would you like to work with? Like today, if you had to get like a feature, like I want this artist, like who would it be?
There's a lot of artists I would love to work with. I would say like, I could go on and on. My dream feature is Jay-Z.
Oh God, that's
Wow.
My
my
dream
that's
feature is
my
Jay-Z. I
lit.
would love to do something with Jay-Z.
favorite Jay-Z
he's
album.
He's my favorite rapper.
Favorite Jay-Z album.
The Black Album.
Yeah.
Black Album.
I gotta get another one. I gotta
that's
get
lit.
another. I gotta get another one. Yes, the Black Album, because his big three to me are Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, Black
And
Album.
yep,
That's his big three for me.
Exactly.
So,
And
yeah.
for me, it had to be the Black Album because that's like really when I was growing up, that's what I was listening to. That was like the perfect timing for me.
Yeah.
But I would love to work with Drake. I would love to work with SZA. Like people who I think just have like such ill pens. Those people, Victoria Monet, honestly,
Oh my
like
gosh, that's my
such
dream
a
class, too.
dope pen. Like I
Yeah.
love working with people who
She's
just
so
like,
hard.
you know, you listen to lyrics and you didn't even know you felt that way until you
Yeah.
heard it. Those kinds of people.
This woman said, just like the sand, I'm for sure.
Woo!
That's a bar.
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 Lyrical, miracle, spiritual, lyrical,
Me
lyrical.
thinking like, oh, I want to go to the beach, my like,
Yo,
Yeah,
That's
Victoria
crazy,
Monet is
right?
crazy.
You know-
it's insane.
It's a
It's insane.
follow-up question though. Before we wrap,
Yeah.
what is it like for you stepping on records with people who are just as skilled as you, like JID?
It's so fun.
Yeah,
It's so fun because it's like you know that you're about to give the people who love your music something that's like so worth their ears.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's such a fun feeling is when you're about to give somebody a record that's like, yo, this whole record there's not a lyric you can skip. There's not a
Yeah.
moment that you're missing. Like I'm really trying to fill your plate with this record. Like
Right.
when Chris Patrick sent me that verse off Wife, I was like,
I love
man,
that
like
song, by the way.
he gassed it. And I was he did that last minute. Like I sent it to him. I was like, yo, I need this turnaround today. He was like, I got you. Sent it to me that night
Wow.
and gassed it.
Dedicated. Ooh.
Like dedicated. With same
Where
thing
he
with
from?
Jada with Ego Check. He's from
Shout
New
out-
Jersey.
yeah.
He's from New Jersey.
Shout out to JID. We've had him on the show too. They's
Yeah,
a
shout
good
out.
dude.
Yeah, shout out to
You put me on
Jade.
some girl named Leah from the P.
Leah she's from Portland.
She hard.
She's hard. She's
I was
hard.
like, damn, I want to follow her now. and see
Yo,
what she got
shout out to
going on.
Leah from the P. She just dropped a new single called Hurt. She's fire. She's
Okay,
fire.
I'm
She's
gonna check her
she
out.
hasn't like dropped a lot of music yet, but she's just got this raw talent and she's gonna be
She hard.
yeah, she's very dope.
Mm-hmm.
Very dope.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, congratulations to you on everything
Thank
that
you
you
so
got going
much.
on. Like we said at the beginning of the interview, her name is literally an affirmation. Literally, every time you say her name, you speak in life. So congratulations
I like
to you
that.
on everything. That's for sure. For everything you got going on, congratulations. We
Thank
want to
you,
continue
for
to see
real.
you live up to your
Yes,
first
yes.
name.
Absolutely.
And in closing, one thing about Infinite Vibes, we always just like to encourage our guests to just provide positive words of affirmation. So what is some advice that the winner of all winners can provide to the people? Talk to him, Queen.
Be yourself, know yourself, like know who you are, like try to live that out every single day, be true to yourself. Like that's what's going to get you the furthest. There is nobody like you on this earth. You're literally the only version of yourself. So
Yep.
you're doing everybody, including yourself, a disservice if you're not being true to that person. So that's what
Wise
it is.
words.
That's
I
all
love
it
it.
is.
Wise words from a beautiful soul. Tap in with this one because we telling you she is about to be huge. She gonna
Yeah,
be out of
thank
here.
you.
Please give our listeners your social media. Let them know how to get in contact with you. Go ahead.
You can follow me on Instagram at Sina Wynne, SinaWynne. On Twitter, it's just at Wynne, WYNNE. TikTok, Sina Wynne, all that.
Beautiful. And before we wrap, I want to do the basketball thing. So 3 claps for Wynne. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Infinite Vibes Wynne. Hey, we out, man. For sure.
Clap, clap, clap.